Blackstone Audio presents The Drop Edge of Yonder, an Alafair Tucker mystery by Donis Casey. Also by Donis Casey, The Old Buzzard Had It Coming, Hornswoggled. Acknowledgements. Love and thanks to my siblings, Chris, brother and webmaster, the real Martha, and Carol, who helped me reconstruct our mother's recipe for okra pie. I especially want to express my gratitude to my cousins, the Morgans, Charles Lee and his wife Jean, for inviting me to visit the farm outside of Boynton for the first time in almost 30 years. If I hadn't spent so much magical time on that farm when I was a child, these books would not exist. Thanks also to June Smith and Ardith McCaig for hosting me so graciously when I spoke at the Boynton Historical Society. As always, to Butch. Chapter 1. When I think about that day, Mama, here's what sticks in my mind. I remember waking up on my back in the middle of the field. All I could see was the sky through the leaves of the oak tree and grass all around me. At first, I didn't know where I was or what had happened to me. But I had a thought. I don't remember what it was. It was gone just about the minute I woke up. Yet it was a mighty important thought. And if I could just call it to memory, I'd know who did this awful thing. All I know about this thought is that it had something to do with the 4th of July. It had been a hard couple of years for Calvin Ross, what with his wife dying, his girls growing up before his eyes, and his sister coming to live with them. The town of Boynton was growing so fast that his dairy business could hardly keep up with the demand, and the work was brutal. Calvin was glad of that, though, since it kept his mind off of what the future held for himself and his 3 pretty daughters. Since their mother died, Calvin was generally chary of any fellow who came around his daughters, but when Laura, his eldest, had told him that she was in love with the McBride boy, he had been pleased. For red-haired, dark-eyed Bill McBride was not just a respectful and promising young man who had asked for Laura's hand in the proper fashion. He was the youngest son of that worthy gentleman, Peter McBride, patriarch of one of the more influential clans in Muskogee County, Oklahoma. Bill's substantial family loved Laura as well, and it did Calvin's heart good to see his daughter happy again after the long, sad year that followed her.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?